So hey guys, welcome to another Warframe video, and Teer has come once again, and he has some awesome primed goodness. So he's on the Orcus Relay on Pluto on PC, Chronia Relay on Saturn on PS4, and Vesper Relay on Venus on Xbox One. On PC, he has the Sons of Inaros questline blueprint, Teer Sentinel Tail, which is a cosmetic accessory for your Sentinels, and Primed Continuity, which is going to give you 55% power duration when maxed out. He also has Prime Point Blank, which at maximum rank is going to give you 165 bonus damage with shotguns, and Prime Target Cracker, which at maximum rank is going to give you 110% bonus critical damage on secondary weapons. He also has the left and right Prisma Edo knee plates, as well as the Prisma Edo chest plate. And just in case you have everything he has to offer, he also brought all 3 beacons for the assassins, and these are very simple. If you want to farm, let's just say Goose Track 3, you will buy the beacon, you will put it into your gear slot, then you will run a mission, use the beacon, and Goose Track 3 will show up. And this works the same with all 3 beacons. And the final item he has on PC is the Quanta Aufface skin. I have no idea how to pronounce that. Now on PS4 and Xbox One, he once again has all 3 beacons for the assassins, but he also has the Nexus fur pattern, which is a fur pattern for your Kubrow, Prisma Hecate Siandana, which is probably my least favorite Siandana, it's very dinky, Primed Slip Magazine, which is probably the most useless primed mod there is in the game, just period. That one, I have no idea why you would use that at all, but he has Voltaic Strike and High Voltage, which are electricity-based dual stat mods for your melee weapons and your rifles respectively. Then he has Machete Wraith, which is an upgrade over the original Machete, Prisma Tetra, which is once again an upgrade over the original Tetra, Teer Siandana, which looks pretty nice, however I can't make it work with any Warframe, and the Sons of Inaros questline blueprint. Now I usually talk about all the weapons that Teer brings, however this time I will exclude Prisma Tetra and I will put an annotation on the screen instead, because I already talked about Prisma Tetra in a previous Teer video, and I also made a separate video for it. So if you want to check it out, if you want to see my opinion on the Prisma Tetra, you can click the annotation or the link in the description and it will take you to that video. The second weapon that Teer brought this week is the Machete Wraith, which is a pretty big upgrade over the original Machete. So it has higher impact damage of 6.75 versus the original's 3.75, higher puncture damage of 6.75 compared to the original's 3.75, and higher slash damage of 31.5 compared to the original's 17.5. So in total, it does 45 damage compared to the original's 25. On top of that, it has faster attack speed of 1.08 versus the original 0.917, and it has 2 more V polarities, whereas the original one didn't have any polarities. Now, this is primarily a raw damage weapon. The critical strike chance is pretty low, it's only 5%, and the multiplier is only 150%, so this is not a crit weapon. It's also not a status weapon because the status chance is only 10%. But it is a machete, and the stance for machetes, which is Sundering Weave, is really good. I personally really like it, and if you would like to see it in action, boom! Annotation number 2. Shameless promotion. Now, if you're not quite sure what you want to get, it's actually pretty simple. On PC, you want to go for Primed Continuity. This is a brilliant mod that works really well with so many different builds, so you want to get that. After that, I would definitely go for Prime Point Blank, even if you're not a big fan of shotguns. And the reason for this is very simple. If you're not a fan of shotguns, the weapon you're gonna have on your Sentinel is gonna be Sweeper or Sweeper Prime, which is a shotgun. So even if you're not gonna use it yourself, you can boost the damage of your Sentinel. And the reason why I would recommend going for Prime Point Blank rather than Prime Target Cracker is because Prime Target Cracker is a very niche mod. You're only going to use it on secondary weapons that have higher crit chance, whereas Prime Point Blank can be used on any shotgun. On consoles, I would definitely recommend picking up High Voltage because, well, it's an electricity-based dual stat mod, so it works really well with status-based primary weapons, and since it's electricity-based, it combines really well into some really useful elemental combos. You can combine it with Toxin to create Corrosive to strip away enemy armor, Heat to create radiation and confuse the enemies, or Cold to create magnetic damage which strips away enemy shields. After that, I would get Prisma Tetra, which is a really fun rifle, and Machete Wraith because, well, it's a machete and machetes are fun. And only after you get all of these things, I would go for Voltaic Strike, because it suffers from the same issues as Prime Target Cracker. It is a very niche mod. It's only useful with melee weapons that have high status chance. But then again, these are just my humble recommendations, so if you want to go for the Nexus fur pattern first, you go and do that. And that's pretty much it for the video, so I thank you very much for watching, as always, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.